People say time heals everything. But what if it doesn't? What if the months pass, the world keeps moving forward, but inside you, the heaviness is still there? Today, I want to talk about something many people feel, but rarely say out loud. Maybe you know this feeling. You wake up in the morning, and before the day even begins, you already feel tired. Not just physically, but the kind of tired that sits quietly somewhere deep inside your chest. People around you might say, "Give it time. Things will get better. You just need to move on." And maybe part of you wants to believe that, but sometimes time passes. Weeks pass, months pass, and the pain doesn't disappear. Sometimes life doesn't move forward in clean, hopeful chapters. One problem ends and another quietly appears. A disappointment fades and a new uncertainty arrives. And slowly, a deeper question begins to grow. Not just, why am I hurting? But something more difficult. Why does it feel like the hurting never really ends? If you have ever felt this way, there is nothing strange about you. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are simply human in a life that is often more complicated than the simple advice we hear. Across many philosophies and traditions, there is a quiet idea. Nothing stays exactly the same forever. In Buddhism, this idea is called impermanence. But impermanence does not mean that pain disappears quickly, and it doesn't promise that tomorrow will suddenly feel better. Impermanence simply says something much quieter. Everything in life is always moving, even when we feel stuck, even when our emotions seem frozen in place. If you watch closely, no feeling stays in exactly the same shape forever. Some days the weight feels unbearable. Other days it becomes slightly quieter. Some mornings the world feels impossible, and other mornings there is a small moment of calm. Maybe while drinking coffee, maybe while hearing birds outside the window. The pain may still be there, but the moment has shifted. Impermanence doesn't tell us that suffering will disappear. It tells us something gentler. The feeling you are experiencing right now is not a permanent identity. It is a moment within a much larger flow of life. And even if life brings new difficulties again and again, you are also changing as you move through them. The person who went through yesterday's pain is not exactly the same person sitting here today. You may not notice the changes, but they are happening quietly. A little more understanding, a little more resilience, a little more depth in the way you see the world. In Japanese philosophy, there is another idea that speaks about this. It is called Wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi sees beauty in things that are imperfect, incomplete, and temporary. A cracked ceramic bowl, an old wooden table, a notebook filled with crossed-out thoughts. These things are not flawless, but their imperfections tell a story. And that story is what gives them depth. Life is not meant to be a perfect line. It is full of unexpected turns, moments that did not go the way we hoped, losses we never planned for. But those cracks in life are not always signs that something is wrong. Sometimes they are simply signs that we have lived. Sometimes we think healing means the pain should vanish, but sometimes healing means something else. It means learning that a wound can exist and life can still move. It means discovering that sadness can visit and meaning can still grow. It means realizing that even a heavy life can still contain small moments of light. A quiet evening, a deep breath after crying, a calm moment in the middle of a difficult week. The pain may still exist, but the moment is not only pain. There is also space, and sometimes that space is where life quietly continues. So if time hasn't healed everything for you, that doesn't mean you are failing. It may simply mean you are living honestly. Life is rarely simple, and healing is rarely quick. But remember this quiet truth: the heaviness you feel today is not the entire story of your life. It is one chapter, and chapters change. Sometimes slowly, sometimes almost invisibly, but they change. Just like seasons, just like rivers, just like everything else in this world. So, if today feels heavy, take a slow breath. You're still moving forward, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. And sometimes, that is enough. This is White Diary, where we sit quietly with the deeper questions of life.